Trekcast.
The galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trekcast, the galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast. And with me today is Daniel Reyes, and apparently we also have Dan Lombardo.
What do you mean apparently? What do you mean apparently? What happened to with us as always? What's
little late to the party there?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've been here the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time.
What is the quote that Dan says? A Dan never arrives late or early. He arrives precisely on time.
What he's meant to.
I think I said the show starts when I get here. I think that
That's
was
right.
my.
That's right.
Okay.
You said that from your trailer as you slammed the door.
Yeah. Well, I knew we were coming at you from Michigan and Idaho. I just didn't know if we were coming at you from New York yet.
There you go. There you
go. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, we're here to discuss season 5, episode 6, another Prime Directive screw up. I think that was the episode name.
That's right.
And
That's right.
Daniel, you got some Star Trek news for us. We got some listener feedback. So
yeah.
Hey, Scott,
is there something up with your audio, Scott?
Me?
Yeah, you're crackling.
You're crackling a lot.
Am I crackling? Huh?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
How we sounding now?
Still there.
Let me reset.
Yeah, reset.
Okay.
I'll get started on the news in the meantime, or unless you had any updates you want to give Dan.
He's talking smack about being on time, but he's unprepared.
That's right.
See,
and
I came in
good to go.
I'm good to go. Came in just the nick of time. I'm good to go. Positive thoughts and feedback. Remember, positive thoughts of it's almost over.
I actually like the episode this week. We'll talk about it though.
It's like when you're on that roller coaster that you're not liking, and you're like, "This is the last lap." Okay, just hold on. Just hold on. That's how I feel.
We're almost there. Got that side pain from running too much, and
Yep.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to the news.
Yeah, do it.
Star Trek news.
All right. Well, we're waiting on Scott. Our first news story, it's kind of more or less an update on what's going on with Paramount. So we've had a couple of news stories. There's been a lot of news stories actually about it. But Yahoo Finance did a really good kind of like overview of what's going on with it. Mm-hmm. So basically on Friday, the exclusive negotiating window between Paramount and Skydance ended, right, with no deal struck. So currently Paramount is still for sale. We don't have a buyer yet. At that time, though, Sony and Apollo made it known that they would give a last and final offer of $26 billion for Paramount. The reason why Sony is partnering with Apollo is because of federal regulations, and apparently CBS cannot be owned by a foreign company, so Apollo would technically own CBS, whereas Sony, being a foreign company, could then own the rest of the studio. Mm-hmm. So that's why that's going. But it is expected that offer of $26 billion will be rejected. Right.
Wow.
So then what's going to happen, right? Yeah. So recently Paramount kicked their CEO to the curb and announced the office of the CEO, where they have 3 people in charge.
Oh, that always makes things better.
Right.
When you have three people doing the job of one person.
3 captains.
3 captains.
Every ship should have 3 captains.
Exactly. So they're going to run by Parliament. So that'll work. Yeah. And nobody really knows. And so the only way to, because here's the thing, because they're a publicly traded company, they have what they call fiduciary responsibility.
Yes.
To maximize investors' profits, right? So the only thing that Wall Street says that Paramount could do to at least appease investors is to do some sort of merger, at least streaming wise, with Comcast, aka Peacock.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Everything is up in the air.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Because another thing that happens in these situations sometimes, they start selling off assets.
Right.
And Star Trek is an asset. So I guess I'll ask each of you. Do we care who owns it?
No.
I don't.
I do, in that I want to see improvements in the franchise. So I would hope that the new owner is somebody with a proven record of success. But every yeah.
Maybe you misunderstood me. I probably I think I asked that wrong. Do we care if Paramount is not the one to own it?
Absolutely not.
Of course we want whoever owns it to do good things with it. But
right.
I don't think in my heart of hearts, I'm not like, it has to stay with Paramount. Paramount has this legacy of Star.
Yeah. No. I mean, we went through this with 20th Century Fox and Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Same idea.
Star Trek has deep roots of not being of going into syndication. I mean,
yeah.
So
yeah. Alejandro says, as long as the new owner doesn't screw over the Star Trek franchise. Yeah, basically.
absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Am I still crackling?
You are.
Bit. Yeah. I wonder if your headset has given up the ghost.
That's what I'm wondering too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try a slightly different setup. That's the internet's the. Let me try something else.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. All right.
So So that's where we're at. We don't know what's going to happen. There could be a potential some sort of combining of Peacock and Paramount Plus. Okay, sure. I mean,
yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, Cockmount. Yes, so the Cockmount could be coming. Beware. All right, and then our next news story comes to us from comicbook.com, and they have a recap of the latest episode of The Ready Room with Will Wheaton, and on there, Alex Kurtzman himself was on the episode. I did watch the episode because I suffer for the people.
Thank you.
And it was about a 10-minute interview about all the latest and what's going on with Star Trek. I thought it was really funny that they did keep saying that Star Trek is expanding as they're getting rid of shows.
As they're canceling shows.
Right.
Yeah.
It was also interesting is that they listed all the shows that have come out since Discovery and did not mention Prodigy. So Prodigy is like officially the we do not speak about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's kind of fun. Also, one of the things that was interesting that Kurtzman brought up is that he does not want to tell stories in the Star Trek franchise unless they have something to say. He doesn't want to retread ground, which a lot of fans are interpreting as that is your confirmation that Legacy is never going to happen. So, because Legacy would be retreading ground. So, it is funny if you go look at the comments on that Will Wheaton post. It is nothing but either save Lower Decks or we want Legacy. There's over 100 comments on it. I read all of them, and only 2 of them are supportive of Discovery.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
So what was the quote? We don't want to tell stories that have already been told.
Right. We don't want to retread, basically.
Retread?
We want to tell new stories.
Yeah. Okay.
In Star Trek.
Yeah. Your most popular show, Strange New Worlds, is exactly that.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to a ship that we've all seen before.
Right.
Where half the crew, we've already seen them. Mm-hmm. Half the stories, we know how they end.
Right.
And it's the most popular thing you have. So what are we talking about here?
I know. Yeah.
The most popular season of Picard was the one where they went, let's go back to the old formula. Let's bring everybody back in, go back to the old formula, tell a little bit more of these stories that we've already touched on. And it was the most popular season by far out of all 3. So Get your head out of your butt, man. Come on.
Are you talking to me?
That's
yes.
right.
Yes.
That's right.
No, we say put it back in. You do your best.
Put it back in. Yeah. Okay. How about now?
Much better. Much better.
Much better.
You sound great. You look blurry.
That's
I
right.
guess we got to choose from one. And since
Yeah.
it's a podcast,
Okay.
there are people who listen but don't watch. There's nobody that watches but doesn't listen. So I guess
That's right.
is the best. This is the best setup.
This is the best setup. And then our last news story comes to us from.
You much rather would. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, everybody you'd much rather listen to me than look at me. That's for sure.
There you go. And then our last news story comes to us from StarTrek.com, and you can see the picture there if you're watching with us. They have changed the name at one of the Pinewood studios in Toronto to officially the Star Trek stage. It's the location where they currently shoot Discovery. Let me see if I can get a bigger. Yeah. So there they are. There's the cast standing out in front of the giant sign that says the Star Trek stage on it. So
when I see photos like this, behind the scenes photos, when they're in costume and whatnot, I can't help but look for things like, hey, we can only see Tilly's head. Does she have a big gaping stab wound that they don't want us to see? Or...
Right. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. It's a fun little feel good. So yeah. But yeah, that's all the news stories.
And I also look for Saru's feet because
that's right.
I want to see him with normal feet.
Robert is saying hello from the UK. He didn't really like this week's episode of Discovery. Also on from last week. Have you had sausage rolls in America? No, they don't have them in Idaho. I'll tell you that.
What's a sausage roll? Exactly.
Yeah, what's a sausage roll?
Yeah, Robert, you're gonna have to tell us what a sausage roll is. So,
because we have imaginations.
Yeah. I mean, is that a sausage that you put on a roll? Because I mean, that's.
Oh, it's a roll that's made out of sausage.
Wait a minute.
Isn't that a hot dog?
Wait a minute. I was just gonna say a sausage on a roll is a hot dog, which is also a sandwich, by the way.
That's right.
No.
But
no. The bun is made out of the meat, and then you put like a roll inside of it.
Oh, like when KFC did the thing where they're like, we're gonna make a sandwich, but the bread is chicken.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, so okay, fun KFC story.
Okay.
If you got a minute.
I don't think I've ever heard a story begin with fun KFC story.
So you know how there's stuff here that we think is there's like foods here that we think are culturally significant where they came from, but they're really not. Like fortune cookies aren't really Chinese, and nobody in Mexico cares about Cinco de Mayo and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. So apparently everyone in Japan is under the impression that Americans eat fried chicken on Christmas.
Yeah, it's a thing over there.
It's a huge thing over there. Like around Christmas, like they celebrate Christmas in Japan, but they don't celebrate any of the religious aspect of it. It's 100% commercial Christmas. Santa Claus, Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman, and apparently KFC fried chicken. Because
it's their Cinco de Mayo.
The guy who opened the first KFC franchise in Japan, just on a radio interview years ago, just said, oh yeah, Americans eat fried chicken on Christmas Day. And boom, it just blew up. So they have like the Christmas KFC bucket. It's just
oh wow.
Look at Scott.
That's amazing.
Look at Scott. He's texting Desiree. He's like, see what flights they have December 22nd to Tokyo. We're
going. Look how happy that family is with their chicken.
The day before Christmas, I'm gonna have to get some KFC so I can eat it on Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want old KFC, man. You need that.
Yeah, day old KFC.
You need that fresh from the heat lamp.
Yeah.
I did KFC. I like fried chicken every once in a while. Sausage meat wrapped in puffy pastry and then cooked. I'm down.
Yeah. It's KFC cast.
Yep, I'm down.
That's right.
Another KFC story. Worst KFC I've ever been to was in Kentucky.
Can't have too many. Really?
How is that?
We drove through Kentucky. We stopped at a Kentucky Fried Chicken because We were in Kentucky and
Right.
not impressed.
Yeah.
All right.
So the Sbarros in New York are as bad as anywhere else, just so you know.
Yeah, they're awful everywhere. How they exist as a franchise, I do not know. But
Yeah, we had one at the mall. They went out of business. I love that part of The Office where Michael Scott's in New York. It's like authentic New York pizza.
Meanwhile, in Idaho, the Olive Garden is voted #1 Italian restaurant here every year.
Italian McDonald's.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So
hey,
there you go.
Don't knock until you try their unlimited soup salad and breadsticks.
That is pretty good. That is pretty good.
Oh, jeez.
Well, should we get to our main topic?
We could just keep talking about food.
We
we do that a lot anyways.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. We absolutely do that. All right. Let's
I guess. Go ahead.
Fun will now commence.
I want to share my Star
Your
Trek
belly?
The Experience. Yep, my belly, my big belly.
Oh, nice.
Star Trek The Experience T-shirt from Las Vegas Hilton from 20.
Nice.
Let's see, the date is here. Start date April, May 13th of 2002 is when I got this shirt. So I'm going to try to feature a new shirt every Trekcast until I run out.
Nice. Nice.
Daniel, he missed Paul's.
Yeah. Just goes so bad. The program is just about food now.
So we have I have a tote, Scott. I have a tote full of T-shirts from Star Trek: The Experience because I was there 3 weeks before they closed, and I just bought everything I could get my hands on.
Nice.
Some of them still have the tags on them. I don't think I ever wore them.
God.
Yeah,
this shirt. I was a younger man back then and a smaller. I was also a smaller man back then. I mean, that's why I'm wearing this shirt over it because this is it doesn't exactly cover up my entire stomach.
The truth is he cut the back. He cut up the back like a hospital gown.
There you go. There you go.
You know, if truth be told, I'm not going to show you because that'd be awkward. But it's got a whole bunch of holes in it from years of being stored in the moss and everything. But I figured I would just.
I had one. I wore it forever, and eventually it became my yard work T-shirt because I didn't want to throw it away. But it was the one where it had Kalis on the front, and instead of remember those T-shirts like 20 years ago, Jesus is my my whatever. It said Kalis is my co-pilot. And
nice.
People had no idea. They'd be like, "What the hell is it?
What is that?
What is it? Kalis?
Kalis? Yeah.
What's up with that guy's head? It's weird."
You got a weird religion, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what next time the Mormons come by, that's what you should say. I worship Kalis.
I worship Kalis.
Yep.
All I hear is Payless the entire time you
get Payless. Yep. It feels good to Kalis.
That's right.
The one true warrior.
Shoes at a bargain. Yeah.
No, something I prefer over Kentucky Fried Chicken is Lee's famous recipe. I'm sorry, I'm trying to delay as much as I can.
What's Lee's? I don't know Lee's.
Yeah, Lee's famous. Yeah, it's probably a local or a regional thing. It's like Kentucky Fried Chicken, only it's good. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
So,
have you guys ever been to a Denny's?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Not in a long time. Not since I was in college. But
yeah.
I heard they're going out of business.
No.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I was watching TikTok and it's like. Yeah, I was watching TikTok, one of those videos, top 5 restaurants that are going out of business in 2024.
Dude, the best thing about Denny's is the side of spite you get with every meal.
So Denny's hack, for anyone who still goes there, the bourbon chicken skillet is delicious. And what you can do, a lot of people don't realize this, you could tell them, before you bring this to the table, could you please dump it off of the skillet and onto a regular plate? so that I don't have to eat lava for the next 25 minutes while my family is having their dinner. Because if you just wait for it to cool down on the skillet, you're gonna be there all night.
Right,
So,
right.
And if you get it with a banana strawberry smoothie, 2 thumbs up.
Paul Chen says Waffle House all the way.
I would like to go to Waffle. I will be testing for my black belt in about a year, and then I think I'll be ready for Waffle House. Until then, I'll just stick to the Denny's.
Do you know there's an online petition? I forget the game. I think it's Tekken, where they have made jokes that Waffle House should be a setting in Tekken, so you can have a Waffle House fighting stage.
Nice.
And like the guys who run the game are like, yeah, we'll do it if we can get the license. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. There's got to be like an unlock.
They could do a generic
chair.
Is Tekken still a franchise?
Yeah, Tekken is still a franchise. But what they want is the actual logo on there. Okay. So I'm sure Waffle House will work with them. Yeah. All right. So this week's episode, episode 6, season 5, Whistlespeak. The official log line is, while undercover in a pre-warp society, Captain Burnham is forced to consider breaking the Prime Directive when a local tradition...
Language, Dan.
That's right. Meanwhile, Culber tries to connect with Stamets, and Adira steps up when Rayner assigns them a position on the bridge. So, there you go. I mean... I liked the episode. I thought it was all right for what it is, you know.
It was
awful. Dan summed up exactly how he felt while you were giving the synopsis of the episode.
I only watched it once.
There's a lot of foul language. So did I.
A lot of whistling.
I only watched it once, and I could not stay off my phone while I was watching it.
Same here. It's one of the first episodes of Star Trek where I was playing with my phone while I was watching it. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And because of that, like, I can't recall off the top of my head why I didn't like it. I'm gonna have to wait until you guys talk about things and go, "Oh yeah, that was garbage," and then I'll tell you why it's garbage.
Yeah.
So it's not that I'm unprepared; it's that I just don't care anymore.
It's not that I'm lazy; it's that I just don't care.
Yeah. I thought it was an interesting diversion. To me, it felt the most Star Trek that Discovery has been. Not, I mean, that's a low bar, but to me, I mean, it was a mission. They were on a planet. They were there to do something, to figure out the next clue. They interacted with that society. At first, they very much tried to stick to the Prime Directive. It reminded me a lot of when Janeway would go to planets. Dan's just shaking his head no. I don't think it was the best, but for what it is, I thought it was all right. You know,
to me, it felt like the writers had stumbled across an episode of Trekcast from 2.5 years ago.
Yeah,
and they were like, "Oh, they want more Star Trek-like episodes. Well, let's just rehash something Star Trek-ish then." And so if they're gonna do a Prime Directive episode, obviously there's a pattern to a Prime Directive episode. First they try not to interfere, and then they try to justify why they should interfere, and then they interfere.
Right.
Which that's every. I was thinking about Worf's Brothers episode. I was thinking about the archery Vulcans episode. Where they shot Picard because they thought Picard was a.
No, they didn't shoot Picard. Picard let them shoot him.
Picard
took a shot to the chest to try and do the right thing.
Yeah,
which is the opposite of what they were doing here.
Right.
Picard is like, me dying is more important than these people thinking that I'm a god and having it change their society forever. So you know what? I'm a responsible Starfleet officer. Shoot me in the chest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die to prove this point. Right. Whereas instead this was the opposite.
Oh, I know. I know.
They're not gods.
Yeah.
It's just a machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your life
But
is
Michael
a
Burnham
lie.
thinks she's a god. Yeah, Michael
The
Burnham thinks she's a
Denobuans
god.
left. Yeah. I did like the shout out to the Denobuans. I thought that was cool.
I saw a meme
Yeah.
where it was like,
I guess.
so we're going to Denobula? No. Oh.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
Exactly. I did perk up with that.
Like,
I was
hey,
excited
let's mention them,
thinking-
and then
Another example of them. Right when I Jesus Christ, I thought they couldn't write themselves further into a corner.
Right.
That's what I thought. I said they've written themselves as far into a corner as they could. Nope. They went even further this week. They said, hey, here's a great idea. Your tricorder is in your eyeball.
Yes.
You don't need
Yeah.
to touch anything. You don't need to motion in the air anymore. It appears in front of you, a heads-up display. No one else can see it. You can move the cursor with your eyeball. It's perfect. And then they accidentally take a poison pill before the run. Why didn't you look at it
yeah,
with your
no kidding.
tricorder?
Yeah.
Just look at it.
Just look
and
at
not,
it.
I mean, my daughter is 4 years old. And one thing that I have instilled in her is don't put shit in your mouth. These are Starfleet officers. These are Starfleet officers. And it's like, oh, I should put this in my mouth. Sure. Let me put oh no, I'm choking. Ah!
Right.
Come on.
And they're not even the same species. So who knows how it could affect them.
Yeah, apparently they didn't watch that episode of Deep Space Nine where they poisoned themselves on Terrak Nor with a pill.
Yeah.
That's what that's what it reminded me of.
That and okay, so now I'm running.
They thought it was a
through the
CBD
woods.
gummy.
I'm running through the woods on my alien death race. All I need to cure myself is a drink of water. If I only had a replicator on my wrist.
Oh yeah, that's right.
To replicate I don't know, some hydrogen atoms, some oxygen atoms.
Mm-hmm.
Right, just replicate them right in your mouth.
The most basic substance in the universe. It's so bad.
Maybe the replicators can't make food. They can make phasers, but not food or water.
During the race scene, I thought it was
they can make
hilarious.
hydrogen and they can make oxygen. They can make water.
Okay.
That's true. I thought it was funny during the race scene that thinking about the person who had to go and fill up all the bowls along the race.
Yeah.
That's your job.
Yeah. Does that person get to drink?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because it's heavy carrying water, and then especially up a mountain. You know, like
and the most somebody posted in the group, they said the most unbelievable part of this episode is that Tilly won the goddamn race.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I come to her defense?
Go for it.
Please. Yes, I'm going to come to Tilly's defense.
Go.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
I think that is feasible because
we saw her
has
running
recently
once in the second season.
Yeah, we saw her running once in the second season, but she's also at the academy and she's an instructor. Now, I know she doesn't look like she's a marathon runner, but I saw a lot of people in the military who started out, they would start out a certain size and then they would kind of stay that size, maybe get a little bit smaller, but their athleticism would increase threefold. So it is possible, I think, for somebody her size to go from, not being able to run to being able to run, because your lung capacity, your cardiovascular system is going to improve faster than your body shape is.
That's true.
I agree to some extent. However, she is racing against a race of people who walk everywhere. And she has a device in her everyday life where she beams across the room to get a snack. Okay. It's just not realistic.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh no, we're losing Strongbeard.
We're losing him. We're losing him. All we heard was, this is what we heard, Scott. We're nice and bouncy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Uh,
I did think the whistling too was a little bit weird because they're like, "Oh, listen, and that played like one time in the beginning, and then it was never brought up again.
Yeah.
That was like okay, yeah,
Yeah, it was an interesting idea that
yeah,
they maybe I misunderstood it, but they have basically two languages, the one they speak to each other and the one they yell across distances.
right,
Is that
yeah, kind of more or less.
okay? All right.
But I understood that more as like, okay, when they're whistling, it's more like signals, you know? It's not like, hey, so go take out the trash when I get home, and like, you're not that in depth, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it also had some allegory to religion. Well, it wasn't really an allegory. They straight up said things.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. This actor looked familiar to me too. The main guy. I don't know where he's from, but I feel like I've seen him in other things.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is Scott frozen or is he just sitting really still?
I think he's frozen.
Yeah, I think he is too.
Yeah. We'll wait for him to come back.
And now he's gone.
Oh, I put him away.
Okay.
Yeah. Until he moves again.
I put him away.
I put him away. Yeah. That's right.
So what did you think of the doctor's holographic grandma?
I think it is a natural evolution to the whole EMH project. You would create some sort of therapeutic holograms. That made sense to me.
Yeah.
But I think because he made it exactly his grandma, and he was like, it's just like talking to her.
Yeah.
That I don't think is healthy.
That's not healthy at all.
Right. So that was my one concern. Now, had he created a Dr. Fraser Crane, therapist who says, I'm listening and let's talk.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of disturbing.
Yeah. It's right up there with Barkley making his friends.
Yes. Yes. I think it's worse.
Yeah, it is worse.
I think it's worse. And the fact that, well, did he tell anyone about it? I don't recall.
He was reporting to somebody. He's like, oh yeah, the program is working like this. And like he gave a quick report. It kind of makes me think about I don't know if you know about these things. They make therapeutic chatbots nowadays where you can talk to it and it responds back to you.
Oh God.
And it's supposed like they're free programs that people use. And they've even have ones now that are relationship based. So you could have a texting relationship with your digital girlfriend. And what's even worse is they use AI so that she can send you photos.
Oh God.
Yeah, that is a real thing that you can download on apps right now. And it's the equivalent in my book. Oh, Strawberry, are you there? Oh, no, never mind. So yeah, it's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
Yeah.
It's not healthy at all.
No. You guys in the chat, what do you think of that program?
Not to sound judgy, but
yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird.
I did like though that the doctor is like, look, I'm confused by what I'm feeling right now after going through this experience. So I don't know how to tell Paul. Like that to me is real because sometimes you go through things and you're like, look, I don't even know how to feel right now, but something's going on. That I didn't, that I liked. There he is.
Hey.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about the super unprofessional switching back.
Welcome
and
to
forth.
the show.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Scott Strongbeard Bouters.
That's right.
These are my co-hosts, Dan and Daniel.
That's yeah. And then we had the death cult, right? Yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask Scott real quick. What did you think of the EGH?
The holographic grandma.
Yeah, the emergency holographic grandma.
That is not healthy.
Right? Yeah, I mean, we all said that.
I can imagine, like, with holographic technology, period, I can imagine all therapists, like if you're somebody who loses your spouse, the first thing a therapist I would imagine would tell you is don't recreate them.
Yeah. It's the only thing. Yeah, like that's awful.
Yeah, that's a horrible, horrible form of therapy. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
So if your holographic grandma replicates an ill-fitting sweater that you hate, do you still have to wear it?
Only when you're on the holodeck.
Only when you're you only have to wear it on Christmas when your grandma's here. Then you can just hang it in the closet. So you only wear it on the holodeck.
You wear that sweater and eat KFC.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Who would you holographically recreate and spend an afternoon with? Let's say famous people, not.
What am I supposed to say? Jesus?
That's right. That's right. It is Sunday, the Lord's Day.
Famous people, so no relatives.
Unless you want to be unhealthy.
I don't know. I don't want. No,
Yeah.
no, bad idea. But famous people. It'd be really cool to talk to Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And get his take on this, on Star Trek.
Just sit down with him. You believe this shit?
Yeah, until you find out he loves Discovery. Then you're like, get out of here. Get out of here, Gene.
Yeah.
You're dismissed.
Oh, okay, Grandpa. Yeah, you're going home.
Oh, they found my secret writings. Yes. This is exactly what I wanted.
How's Andromeda doing? Well,
Yeah. Is Hercules still on the air?
Right.
So I don't know who I'd recreate on the holodeck. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's really tough.
I'm gonna go with Tesla. I think it'd be interesting to talk to that guy. He seems like a weird dude.
So how fantasy is this? Because we've got audio recordings of Nikola Tesla, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm sure. No video of Nikola Tesla and some writings of his, right?
Screw it. I know what I do. The Muppets. I'm gonna hang out with the Muppets.
Oh, yeah. Jim Henson.
Why not? No. The Muppets.
No, the actual Muppets. He's gonna make it real.
Yeah, Fozzie Bear, Kermit. Let's all hang out. Let's have a wacky adventure on the holodeck. Just me and the Muppets. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if the computer could figure it out, because with Tesla, I was thinking George Washington, but how accurate could the computer be with George Washington? We don't know what he sounded like. We don't know what his inflections were. We don't know what kind of an accent we had. We don't know, you know, what his speech pattern would be, what his behavioral pattern would be. We've just got these documents that are, old. So
well, that's an interesting thought. I wonder if he did lose a British accent because he wasn't born in England, right? He was born in the U.S.
No, but British people that live here don't lose their accents that quickly.
I don't know. I think about my dad has an accent. I don't. Well, I do, but compared to his.
Right. So,
So
well, and some people are more susceptible to that. You put me in Minnesota or Florida for 5 hours and I sound like I've lived there my entire life. I'm like, haven't you tried this KFC? Don't you know? It's really good.
Wow.
Yeah. I slip right into it. That's right.
You gonna start making casseroles for us and everything?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'll become a Minnesota dad real quick.
Perfect. Yeah. So, we've got 4 more episodes left of Discovery. Dan and I will be seeing the last one together. Yeah.
At first I'm disappointed I'm not going to be with you guys, but when you and Dan watch this episode, Daniel, you got to get you got to do a quick reaction, but you got to get some shots of Dan watching this episode where he's just like, what, oh, jeez. Wait, what the frack? Oh, this is bull crap.
I thought about setting up a camera as we're watching it.
The Dan cam.
The Dan cam.
The Dan cam.
Yeah. Yeah. I may have to do that. That sounds great, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what else happened in this episode? Did we leave anything out? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
this guy here on screen, the priest guy,
The dad,
and his child who ran in the race,
That's right. Who wanted to die, apparently.
who wanted to die.
Yeah.
And then without any explanation whatsoever, he's using they them pronouns for this person. Where did that come from?
I don't know. Maybe that's... Did they say they had 3 genders on that?
yes, 3 distinct genders.
Yeah, so maybe that's where that came from.
They did?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a line that says they
about the whistles.
Burnham,
Yeah.
and she sounded quite proud to say it too. She was like, "They've got 3 distinct genders."
Oh,
Yeah.
I must have missed that. Okay.
And I just thought only 3.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go.
Thought, well, all right. I thought the they them pronouns just came out of nowhere with no.
You were
no
on your phone,
foreshadowing.
not paying attention.
I was probably on my phone, not paying attention. You're right.
Yeah. That's fair.
You're right.
That's
all
fair.
right.
He was checking his only Dan's account.
So all right. So in their defense, it's bad writing. It's not awful writing. Got it.
There you go.
Okay.
I feel like the outfits they wore, the costuming is like the same costuming they use every time they go to a pre-warp civilization.
Yeah, you know what? There's probably rows and rows and rows of
Yeah.
hangers of earth tones, and they tell the extras just grab 3 and put them
Yeah.
on. It doesn't matter.
Does
I
it
have
look like
2
a
shirts.
like a sock
I have
clasp?
2
Put it
shirts
on.
and no pants. It's fine. Just put them up. Put the shirt on your
Yeah.
lower body. It'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Pre-warp means no fashion. So
Yep.
yeah.
No colors.
No colors whatsoever. Just one day I want them to go to a pre-warp civilization that has Ed Hardy t-shirts. Just those giant tigers and dragons on there for no reasons.
Do you want to see Neelix's homeworld pre-warp?
Oh God. Yeah. No. No, I do not. I do not. All right. Well, should we get to listener feedback? Because it feels like we've run our course here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we got to say our one good thing. Our one good thing.
I didn't hate this episode, but
You're like, I didn't hate this episode, but Dan convinced me to.
Yeah.
Well,
I liked it. So my good thing is I feel like so far it's the best one of the season. That's a low bar. But...
all right. I got my one good thing.
Go for it.
Rayner is learning to soften his approach with the crew. He his interactions with Adira, he realized that his usual approach is not going to work, and he adjusted his approach.
Yeah.
That's my one single thing.
There you go. Scott, meanwhile, still just pondering.
I'm thinking.
Scott's
I'm going through the episode.
Dan took mine.
Welcome to Trekcast, everybody. We will make you hate this show.
All right, I'll give another one. Well, you got one, Scott, or you want me to?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I think it's very cool the way they use their what they call the holodeck, that stage, because they very clearly created a bunch of fake trees, threw some dirt on the ground, and used a giant light all the way around them because they were not outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good thing.
I think it's cool that they can do that, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
You meant they're not outside, like you could tell they're not outside?
Yeah, I could tell. Like that was a set. That was not a
Yeah.
location.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason, going on vacation in a couple months, I've been trying really, really hard to lose some weight and to get back into at least somewhat of a shape that I was when I was in the military. And I wasn't a real thin guy in the military either, but I've been doing a lot of walking, some light jogging, and I hate even when I was in the Army, I hated running. I hate running. And this episode had a lot of running in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it just put a bad taste in my mouth. Like it had a lot of running and a lot of thirsty people. I hate being thirsty. I hate running. And they were doing a lot of being thirsty and a lot of running. And as somebody who's been doing a lot of that lately, I didn't appreciate it. So I think
so. While you're running,
I'm telling you why I don't.
Okay.
I can't come up with something I liked. I'm giving it an excuse.
So while you're exercising, Scott, just a little bit of advice: if someone hands you a mystery pill, don't just put it in your mouth. Okay?
Why not?
There's a meme that I've seen of Dr. Phlox, and he hands somebody like a pill, and the patient goes, "What is this?" And it looks like Phlox and the patient are both taking it, and he goes, "We're about to find out."
I'm going to go on this journey with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
got nothing,
looking at
Scott?
this picture. I'm looking at this picture you got on the screen.
Yeah,
me too.
In the lower right-hand corner, that looks pretty much like a early 21st century Pelican case that's been spray painted gray, and they put like a little thing on it.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Okay.
So I don't know. Props department still doing their thing.
There you go.
I love their relationship. I love Dr. What are their names again?
Culber.
Yeah, Culber and Stamets and Paul. There's a little bit of tension between them, but not enough to really rock the relationship. I think they're a couple, and I like their. I don't know. I kind of like their dynamic.
There you go. That's your good thing.
That's my good thing.
There you go. Good job.
Good job, Scott.
Yay!
If Scott can, you can.
That's right. Yeah.
You can like this show too.
I was able to kill two birds with one stone on that one. I was able to show something that I liked, and I was able to show that I'm not entirely homophobic. So
there you go.
I think
Good
we'll
job.
cross check both.
Not
those boxes.
entirely, he says.
Not entirely.
All right. Let's get to listener feedback.
Listener feedback.
I'm getting canceled. So I
Did you said you had some emails?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think that would have been a perfect time for me to have some technical difficulties.
That's right. It would have been. But it's
Scott stepping into Chad's shoes quite well.
Yeah.
That's what Ty J said. Just dancing around that line. Just dancing around that line.
That's right. Got an email here again from Xenogriff. He says, "Holy moly! Thanks so much for reading my email on the show. I had to tell my Trekkie coworker, so that's awesome. That's cool.
Cool.
If you're ever near in the Macomb County area, maybe we can do a meetup. I was thinking, if you're at the Grand Rapids Comic-Con in November, want to make a little road trip over there, we can. That's quite bigger than the Grand Rapids Comic-Con in Kalamazoo. The Grand Rapids Comic-Con in Grand Rapids it's maybe half the size of the one in Chicago. So it's a pretty big deal.
Okay.
It's awesome. When you guys talk about stuff here, I'm like, I know what he's talking about. Like Zeno's getting excited like the way I used to get excited, listening to the show because, watching Star Trek back in like 2017, 2018, and I was really excited about it. None of my other friends were. I'm like, yeah, there's this new show out, and there's no other new shows coming out, and they're just like, you're talking about that Trek Star stuff again, whatever. But so Zeno gets it. Let's keep up the great content, Scott. So thank you. So
hold on real quick. So Daniel, this kind of ties back to what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Scott had no friends in 2017, and we were his holographic friends.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, zero friends.
That's not healthy, man. That's not
healthy.
No, no friends, no family. Just
wow.
And Zeno sent me another one. A Star Trek meetup, and suggested maybe a fundraiser for a good cause. That's an interesting idea.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
And signed it K Scott. So I think this person's either last name is Scott, or I had some friends back in the day named Scott, born the same as me. The Scotties will rise again. Heck yeah, I like it.
Oh boy. Oh
wow.
Oh boy.
We'll have a Scotty convention. Let's meet up at the Grand Rapids Comic Con and have a Scott convention.
Scotty Con?
We'll have Scotty Con.
Just got weird.
I also got an email from Bronson.
I have some feedback too, believe it or not. But
go
ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay.
Who's going?
You
go
go.
ahead.
You go.
You go.
All right. Well, this is for both of us, you and me.
All right.
And Bronson says, my wife and I have tickets for the Long Island convention on Friday and Saturday. Is there a plan to meet up before the convention? We're driving out Friday morning and would love to meet you guys there. Do you have any plans?
We don't have anything concrete yet.
No,
I know
we'll be there.
We're going to be there.
Yeah.
I know Duval is planning to be there
As well. Yes.
There's the sandwich that we're going to eat at some point.
Yeah, allegedly.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah. No, you may not. Only those who will be in attendance may make.
That's right.
Okay. I see how it is. Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to make things better for you, and so you don't make the same mistakes of the past. When it comes to
Are you saying we make mistakes?
Well, okay. So the last time you guys did a Star Trek, meetup kind of thing was the Star Trek Chicago.
Right.
All right. Now it ended up turning out okay, but I think like maybe on the Facebook group or something, Dan, you just said you don't have any concrete plans. Make those. Try to find a place, a time, unless you're worried about, I don't know, OPSEC or security or something. Just make a place and a time where you guys can all meet up at a restaurant or at a hotel or something. That way people can make plans. Because like when I went to Chicago, I'm like, "Are you guys getting together?" And you're like, "Yeah, maybe."
Right. Yeah, we should probably do that. I've got the convention website up right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yes, we will be there.
We will make something. Daniel and I will make some plans, and we will post those plans in several places for everyone to see. Because I do want
to. I've got a web meeting with the convention on Tuesday. It's me and all the other podcasts that are going to be there. They're going to kind of give us the lay of the land. So after that, I should have more answers as to what's going on. So
okay,
awesome.
Yeah,
you're almost making us sound legit.
We're trying.
We're trying.
Yeah,
we're giving.
I'll do my best
50%.
I'll do my best during that weekend to troll you guys as much as I possibly can.
As you should.
So, I will make my presence known.
That's right. And make sure you guys, if you're going to be following us along on the social media during that convention, because we will have updates as to what we're doing, when we're doing it, and all that. So either on the Facebook group or the Instagram account, TikTok, all that stuff. So I'll be constantly recharging my phone as I update things.
Yes. So Daniel, how long have we been doing this show now? Is it 2016, 2017? Was the end of 2016?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, end of 2016.
I think it was just before Discovery came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a number of years now. My friends, my regular friends, they know that I do this podcast.
Yeah.
I found out this week that one of them listens, and I had no idea. I had no idea. And he's one of my oldest friends.
Yeah.
Chris Rowe. I don't know if he's listening right now.
Yeah.
But last Sunday, or maybe it was Monday, he texted me and he quoted something from the show, and I was like, "You listen?" I was like,
"Yeah."
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, I don't." He says, "I don't listen live because he's got stuff going on. But when his son, he says, when his son has soccer games, he listens to the show
Oh, okay.
On his phone while he's watching the soccer game. So
That's awesome.
That was cool. So I wanted to
That's
give a
awesome.
shout out to Chris Rowe, one of my oldest buddies
Oh,
in
that's
the
awesome.
world. So Chris,
If I
thank
had
you.
friends, I'm
Thanks
sure
for
they would listen
listening.
to the show.
You know what? I'm sure your holographic friends listen to the show
Yeah.
all the time. And anytime you want to bring them on, it's fine.
Yeah.
We will
Sure,
talk to them.
Sure. Absolutely.
On Friday night, I went and played Magic: The Gathering because I'm that dork, and I got to tell some people that I do the show, and so we may have some new listeners. So there you go.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Anything else you guys wanted to bring up, or any other feedback?
No, I'm good, I think.
Okay.
Do we have anyone next up this week?
No, nobody X'd up.
Well, Chaz Biz is in the UK right now, or he might be flying back. He's probably
all
over
over Europe.
the Atlantic.
Oh, we do have one piece of feedback from Duvall. Yeah, he said that despite all its flaws, this episode was the most Trek episode of the season so far. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now all they got to do, they've had good episodes and they've had Trek episodes. Now all they need to do is combine them and make a good Trek episode.
That's right.
Yeah.
So.
Clock's ticking, dude.
Oh, they got plenty of
Four
time.
more of these things.
They got plenty of time.
4 more.
That's right.
But that's the reoccurring theme. We've been for five seasons / 7 years at this point. We've been saying, if they would just do this, it would be good.
Yeah.
If they would just do this, it would be good. It's too late, man. It's too late.
Hey, they're unshackled from canon.
Just hold
Even
on.
Kurtzman brought it up again. He's like, we went into the future and
this roller
freed
coaster.
ourselves. Yeah.
This roller coaster's on the last lap. I'm counting the loops. Only 3 more loops and we're done.
There you go.
There
you go.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe the finale will surprise us. We might.
Maybe the surprise will be like, haha, we're going to do another season.
I think one of my predictions early on was that Dan was going to love this season.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I've been updating our predictions. It's going to be fun.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We'll catch you guys next week.
All right. Very good.
See ya.
Bye.
This is Captain Benjamin Sisko of Deep Space Nine and Space God to the Bajorans. I have a mission for you. This falls outside of Starfleet guidelines, so I can't order you, but I'm asking for volunteers. Volunteers who will subscribe to the Trekcast YouTube channel, leave 5-star reviews on your podcast app of choice, and share Trekcast across your social media accounts. If we can make our audience bigger, we might have a chance against the Dominion. Are you ready? Subscribe, like, and share. Are you with me?